today I'm going to be showing you all the pins that I traded for at the Pinsane Runcorn pin trading event. I just had a Saturday walk around ticket this time. At the last event I did a 2-day table ticket, and I think I've realised that I much prefer having a walk around ticket. I found it might just be because London was busy, but I did find that having a table was very overwhelming. Rightfully, there's a lot of people like coming and going all day. It's kind of hard to like have a bit of a break. Whereas I found with the walk around ticket, I could like dip in and out, like take a break and go and eat some lunch, come back. I definitely found it a bit more relaxing. So I think, never say never, but I think I probably will just get a walk around ticket moving forward. I was able to do quite a few trades at this event. Definitely a lot of ISOs have been ticked off. I had a few mystery sets that have been like lingering for a while, so I was able to finish, I think, 3 mystery sets at this event, which was great. So I'm really excited to show you the pins that I got. I want to talk about some of the pins as well, so I think I'll like flip the camera around, I'll give you some close-ups, and some of these pins are really special, so I'm really, really excited to share them with you. So I'll give you a quick overview of the pins I traded, and then I'll go into detail about them a little bit more. Before I do that, I just wanted to highlight the folder that I use to put my pins that I've traded for in. So whenever I go to pin events now, I have my Pinfolio Pro window, which will have all my traders in, and then I use this folder, which is it's covered up, but it's the Pinfolio Max Show. And I take this folder empty and then I can fill it up with all the pins that I've traded for. I also put my pre-trades into this folder so it's separate from my traders. So just as a quick overview, I traded for all the pins on the front, and then I traded for the pins on this side, and then I'll talk about where these pins came from at the end. I'm really happy that I was able to finish quite a few of my mystery sets, so let me go into detail about that. So there was a lovely lady on Instagram called Susan who was looking for the S from the Hocus Pocus mystery set. She wasn't collecting the full set and didn't have any spare letters, but she just wanted the S pin because her name was Susan. Worked perfectly for me because she had a Peter Pan pin that I didn't have, so that was a fantastic trade, and I'm really, really happy that I can add this one to my collection. Speaking of mystery sets, I set up a pre-trade with someone called Beth. She was collecting the Hocus Pocus mystery set, so she needed the S, and then she didn't need any others, but she had 2 that I needed, so she was very lovely and let me trade another one of my Hocus Pocus pins just so I could finish my set and she could finish hers. I have the H, which came in a postal trade, so now I finished this set, which I'm really happy about. I ended up getting, I think, 7 boxes, because or was it 6 boxes? I think I needed 5 boxes to have enough pins, so I bought 6, and across the 6 boxes I ended up pulling 5 of the Emily, which was the S. So I'm really happy that a lot of people needed that and I was able to complete this. I've been wanting this set ever since I saw it was previewed months and months ago. So yeah, really grateful that I've been able to complete that so quickly. Another mystery set that I've been working on for quite a while is this Muppets one. So when I went to the Stu Pins Scotland event back in March, I decided to start this set because I know the boxes have been out for a while, so I just was starting it without buying any boxes. So I think I managed to get, is there 8 in the sets? I think I got 4 at the Scotland event. I traded 2 with one of my friends on Instagram, and then I went to the London event and couldn't find any of these. And then 2 people had them, so I was able to finish the set, which I was very pleased with. I really love these pins, and although the Muppets is a side collection of mine, I do feel like it's starting to creep into a main collection because I just really love all the Muppets pins. But yes, very happy that I completed this. I've been really into Halloween pins at the moment. I have a whole corkboard full and I need to get another one or do something because I've run out of space. This is one of the new limited edition Halloween pins that was released in Disneyland Paris. I had another limited edition pin that someone wanted and it worked out at the same value and we were both really happy with that trade. So I'm really pleased that I could add this one to my Halloween collection. This was one that when I saw the poster, I wasn't that bothered about. But then as soon as I saw it in person, I was really impressed with this pin. So I was very happy that I could get it. I really love the pin on pin aspect. I just love the spooky vibes. I don't even know. Like, I just love the frame, and I'm very happy with this pin. And I'm going to do another video where I like reorganize my Halloween pins. We're going to be like decorating for Halloween. I'm very excited. So this will be a lovely piece to add to that collection. Another small collection that I'm working on is my wedding pins. So we're getting married in January, and I've kind of said to myself, I'll collect wedding pins up until the wedding. And then once we're married, I won't get any more wedding pins, and I'll probably make like a nice display with the ones that I do have. But I was able to get this one, which I didn't have. So yeah, very happy with that. Ariel pins are really difficult to find, especially like wedding pins, because she's quite rare. But this was like an affordable open edition. So we were able to do an easy trade for this one. So this was one of the only pins. I think it was the only pin that I purchased for my collection. Well, my partner purchased it for me. But I do collect Stitch as Elvis. Um, and so I saw this pin, and I've never seen this one before. I'm sure I've seen it on my Pin Central, but I've never seen it in person. And someone was selling it for a really reasonable price. So my partner got it for me to add to my Stitch as Elvis collection. I'm starting to find that I've found all the easy Stitches Elvis pins, like the Loungefly ones, or there was like some Disneyland Paris ones. So I've got all the easy ones. So now I need to start trying to get some of the more harder to get ones. I just think this is so cool with the guitar and like the surfboard. Oh, it's a fantastic pin. I love it. This was a trade that I did with Anna, I think. She said she had this pin for a while actually, and I'm sure I've seen it in her folder at other events and I don't know, missed it or something. I don't know, or not thought about it. But another one to add to the American flag collection is also Muppets, which I love, so I can't really go wrong. But yeah, this is so fun, so I'm glad I can have this one. This pin will be for my Muppets collection. So when they brought out the 25 years of pin trading mystery box, I was only looking for Miss Piggy and for Animal. So I managed to get Miss Piggy as soon as the boxes came out because I've got a few pin friends and, we help each other out. So they were able to trade that one with me. And then the lovely Dot kept this one aside for me because I forgot to go back and trade for it in the London event. So she very kindly kept it aside, and then we were able to trade at this event. I really love that they're starting to make more Muppets pins and including them in the mystery boxes. It's really fun. But the problem is Muppets is becoming really popular, so it's a lot harder to get them. But yeah, I'm really happy with this, and I can finally say that I finished my version of this 25 years set. This was another Stitches Elvis pin that I got. I've never seen this before, and I'm not really even sure where this is from. It is a Disney pin because it's copyright Disney, so I need to have a little look up what this is. But again, I've never seen like a side profile like this of him, so really pleased that I could trade for this one. And I think this was only £8, so it was a nice, easy trade. They were really lovely couple that I traded with, and they were happy to trade for it because I collect Stitches Elvis, so yeah, I'm really happy with this one. And something a bit different because I do think some of the Stitches Elvis pins are very similar. And I often find myself looking at my collection when I'm trading for pins and thinking, I already have that one, or I already have one of him in that pose. So it's very similar. So yeah, very pleased with this one. Yeah, it's a really cute little pin. And this was another Stitches Elvis pin that I got. I don't have any of him in this outfit. I think every single Stitches Elvis pin I have is him in the white jumpsuit. This is a Loungefly pin. I'm sure I've seen this before and either not traded for it or I've just not thought about it. Sometimes when you see it and it kind of like goes over your head and then you think, wait, is that one that I actually need? But my lovely friends on Instagram traded for this one to then trade it with me. So I'm really pleased that I can add that one. I'm starting to struggle on easy to find Stitches Elvis pins. So if you do have any, let me know. I'm starting to get into the territory of the expensive limited edition ones. But yeah, very pleased that I could add this one to my set. This was another mystery set that I was able to complete at the pin event. I managed to do 5 out of the 6 of these pins just by trading. And then I found one of them on Vinted for like the same price as buying the mystery box. So I was like, yeah, let me grab that because I just think it's worth it if it's the same cost. So I finally finished this set, which I'm really happy with. I'm getting some really good Star Wars pins actually. My collection's really growing. And I've been really enjoying like watching all the films and the TV shows. I finished Andor, I now need to watch Mandalorian season 3. I haven't quite got around to it yet. But I really want to go back and rewatch the films again before we go in January, just so it's fresh in my mind. And then when we go on the rides and things, I can really appreciate them. But yeah, really happy that I can finish this set as well. And this was another pin that my friends had. I think they traded for it previously and then they decided they didn't want it. And Peter Pan's one of my main collections. So I was able to get this one. This one's from the One Family event. It's a limited release pin. It must have come in a mystery box, I think. I mean, I've not seen this before. Um, but yeah, they kept that aside. So I was able to trade for this one. And I just love how cute Nana looks here. And Wendy's my favourite, so any pin with Wendy on, I'll instantly love it. This was a fantastic American flag pin. I love the glitter on Tinkerbell's wings. This one is from, is it going to focus? 2008. I'm sure this is on my ISO, but to be honest, like every American flag pin is on my ISO. But I was able to trade for this one to add to my collection. I'm 100% sure I don't have this one, which will be a funny story I'll tell you in a minute. But I love this pin. And yep, another American flag one to add. I was able to trade for a couple American flag hidden Disney pins. So this one is from 2008. Obviously, I think there's going to be others in this series, but I've never seen that before. So I was able to get that one, which I was happy with. And then this one is from Disneyland in California. This is the 2025 Hidden Disney Wave A, I think. Is that right? Wave A? Yes, Wave A, I think. So I have the Donald in the Sun Lounger and I have the Castle American flag pin. So this was the last 2025 Hidden Disney pin that I needed that was American flag. So I don't collect Hidden Disney, but I will collect the American flag one. So I've been able to complete those now, which I was happy with. This one was proving quite difficult to find. So yeah, I'm really glad that I could add him to my collection. I think I've accidentally on purpose started a piglet collection. I think it would just be a little side collection. You know, if someone would like a pin of mine and there's nothing else, you know, I'll grab a piglet pin. So I just got this one. I think it was to like make up the value of some other pins we were trading. So yeah, really glad that I could add this one. It's really cute. I seem to be gravitating towards piglet pins, so I'm guessing that I'm going to have to now say that I have a piglet side collection. But yeah, very sweet pin. And this is a really fun 4th of July pin that I can add to my American flag collection. This is a limited edition pin. I think this is so fun with the little spinny detail. I know it's not like outwardly American flag, but even if pins have 4th of July and like American flag colors, I'll still put them in my American flag collection. This one's really glittery as well, which I like. I like the banner here and I like that her wings are glittery. And yeah, it's really fun and I'm just very happy that I can have this one. This is a new Loungefly series that's come out. So my friends bought a few boxes, I think, just to get Ariel, and I think they ended up with like 3 or 4 Pocahontas ones. And I do have a Pocahontas side collection, and I really like this pin, so they kept that side, and then we were able to trade. Pocahontas is a side collection, so I don't add to my side collections all the time. Is that the truth though? I don't know. It depends. It depends. I try not, the way I look at side collections is more the price of the pin. So like realistically for side collections, I shouldn't be buying pins that are more than like £25 is how I say it to myself. But I think that's like an absolute lie because I've got pins in my Muppets collection and even in my Pocahontas collection that are worth way more than that. So to be honest, are any of them side collections anymore? I don't know. How do you define a side collection? Because I am struggling here. I just have a ton of collections and I really struggle to streamline them. But anyway, very happy that I have this pin. And this is another American flag pin that I can add to my collection. I'm not sure where this is from. There's no date or anything on the back, but it has got copyright Disney. You know that the nubs feel fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But I think I need to try and find where this is actually from and if there's anything else in this set. Could have been a booster pack maybe. But yeah, another one to add to the American flag collection. I saved this pin for last on this page, and I think it might be my most favourite pin that I've traded for at this event. So if anyone knows with the Dining with Disney pins, they said they were closing Pizza Rizzo. They released a Pizza Rizzo Dining with Disney pin. That pin sells for like 5, 10 times, I don't know, an insane amount of money more than the pin was worth. And I think that's caused all the pins in this series to now sell for like double or triple, right? So it's been really difficult to get hold of these pins. So when they previewed this series, I only wanted Garden Grill. So when we get married in January, we are, fingers crossed, I can get the booking. I'm sure I can. We are going to be having our wedding meal at Garden Grill. That's where we're going to go on our wedding day. We're going to go to Epcot after we're married in the morning, and then we're going to go to Garden Grill, and that's where we want to have our wedding meal. So I really, really wanted this pin to add to my wedding collection because it's a very important restaurant to us. And I knew when it was being released that I wasn't going to be able to get it on a pickup because all the pickup lists at this point were full because people have been collecting the whole series, and rightfully so, they need to get all the other pins and deserve to be on the pickup list. So I just thought maybe one day I'll be able to trade for it in the distant future when this pin has made its way to the UK and people are over the series and I might be able to get it. Well, I was able to find this at the pin event for a good price. I was happy with what they were trading it for. They had pins that I wanted. They had pins of mine that they wanted. And so we were able to work out a trade. Favorite trade of the day. I'm so, so, so happy that I could have this. It's just a sentimental pin. That's why I wanted it. They don't have a ton of pins for Garden Grill. And, the fact that on my wedding day, I'm going to be at Garden Grill, seeing Chippendale, seeing Mickey, seeing Pluto, is just really special. I'm getting a bit emotional, but I'm just very happy that I could have this pin. So thank you so much to Simon for trading with me. He's probably not watching this video or cares, but I'm just so, so, so grateful. And it's not just a pin sometimes, there's a lot of memories and important things with pins. So very, very pleased with this, and this will be treasured forever. This one was one that I traded for to add to my Halloween collection. I just thought this was really fun. And I like quite a few of the Pink Ella Mode pins. So I was able to trade for this one, which I'm really happy with. Really, really cute. And it's nice to see some of the characters in different outfits because I find a lot of the Halloween pins look the same. Like Goofy's always dressed up as a tree. Like, why is he always a tree or a scarecrow? But yeah, very pleased with this one, and it's really cute. I have been collecting the supporting cast pins. I swear I've got over 20 of them now. But I also collect Star Wars pins, so this was like a really good find to add to both collections. But yeah, I didn't set out to collect all of the supporting cast pins, but I'm so close to completing. I feel like I probably should. The only problem is the Ariel one is like worth £100. And I had the opportunity to buy the Ariel pin when I was in Florida at the time when they weren't popping off and no one cared. And I could have got it for like $22 and I didn't. And now I regret that a lot because I want to finish the whole set. I'm probably never going to get the Ariel one because I don't care that much and it's not worth £100 to me. But the ones that I can get for like 25 or £30, I'm really happy with that. So I was able to trade for this one. So yeah, really happy with that. This was a open edition Star Wars pin that I was able to trade for. This is really cute and I really love the Ewoks, so any pins with them on are really sweet. I think Star Wars pins are pretty easy to collect because people don't, it's very hit and miss, people either collect Star Wars and love it or they don't care. So if they have them in their traders, they're usually pretty flexible on what you trade for. And you can get some really good Star Wars pins that aren't expensive. These are like open edition pins that are like £12, £14, whatever. So you can get quite a few pins and build up your collection quite quickly. So yeah, really pleased that I could add this one. It's really, really cute. This one's really funny because I actually traded for this at the last pin event and I forgot that I traded for it. So I traded for it again. So this will just have to go back into my traders, which isn't the end of the world. But all my American flag pins are starting to blur into one because obviously like they're all the same color. So I forgot that I have this one, but that's fine. This will be a trader. So if anyone wants this pin, it's available for trade. However, this is an American flag pin that I don't have. So I got this one for my collection, 2005. What is the edition size on that? I don't even know. Oh, 2000. A lot of the American flag pins are limited edition because they bring them out for special events, 4th of July or whatever. So they only make limited amounts of them. But luckily, not a lot of people want American flag pins specifically. Obviously, if they've got Stitch on or Tinkerbell or whatever, people are interested in it for the character. But in terms of the American flag aspect, it makes it quite easy for me to collect them. And I got a couple of Loungefly pins to add to my side collection. So I have a Pocahontas and Ariel side collection. I really liked this series that they brought out. And I think because I'm getting married, it remind me of that wedding trend where people take pictures like that. So I don't know, I just thought it was cute. But that will go in my Ariel collection, and then just a little one to add to my Pocahontas collection. Now, these aren't pins that I traded for, but I just thought it was worth talking about this as well. So these 3 pins, I'll start with this one. At the Stu Pins booth, they have the in-person Bing Op. So you can pay £10 a spot, but if you've got Stu Pins Club, you do get your discount. So I bought 3 spots, so it was £27, and you reach in the box and you just pull out and you get what you get. So I got this pin, which I was happy with. I actually had this pin and traded it away earlier that day, so happy to add this one back into my traders. She's a really popular character, so that was a really good one to get. I then pulled 2 limited edition pins, which I was really excited about. So I've got this Jafar pin that I pulled. This will be a trader. And then I got this pin. I think they said it's the villain from Mulan, but I can't remember his name. But I got all of these pins for traders because there's only 5 weeks until the Milton Keynes pin event, and that is a 2-day pin event, and I was a bit nervous that I was going to run out of pins. So for £27, I was able to get all 3 of these. You get your Stu Pins discount, which is what made it £27, and then you reach in and you pull out what you get. But obviously there's limited edition pins in there because I pulled 2 of them, and then you can just boost your traders. And sometimes it's good because when you're picking traders, I always do this, I often lean towards things that I like. So this is really good because you can get a variety of pins and you don't get a choice, which is a good thing. So yeah, I was really happy that I got these, and I'll probably do some more of these at the Milton Keynes event because I just think it's a great way to boost your traders. And I thought this last one was worth mentioning. So one of my pin friends, Susan, won the limited edition pin bingo. And this pin was in there, but it was broken. So she said I could have it for free, which was lovely. That was really, really kind. And I can add it to my American flag collection. So I just need to find a little gold ring to fix that. So I don't know where I'm going to find one that matches. So if anyone has any ideas, but I just thought it was a really fun pin, and I've not actually seen this one before. So yeah, that was really fun, and I can add that to my American flag pin board. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really, really appreciate everyone that likes, comments, watches. I had someone come up to me at the event and say, oh, we follow you and we watch your videos, which was really surreal because I've got 44 subscribers, I think. But no, it was really, really nice, and I really appreciate everyone that reaches out. I had a lot of people contact me before this event with American flag pins, which was lovely. And I just really appreciate everyone and all the love and support. It makes it so much fun. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I really appreciate you watching this. Let me know which pin was your favourite. I think the Garden Grill pin was my favourite pin that I traded for, just for the sentimental aspect of it. But I'm really happy that I was able to finish a few of my mystery sets as well. So definitely a very successful trading event. And I will be going to Milton Keynes. I am doing both days at Milton Keynes, but again, doing a walk around. So if you do see me, please come and say hello. I'm really excited to go to that one. I've not done Milton Keynes before. But yes, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye!